Well, look, a lot of the people who are clamoring for him to give a speech are usually the same people, once he gives a speech, who complain about the speech that he gave. So,
You're right.
let's understand where that's coming from. But, people do tend to expect that there will be some sort of a presidential address when something of this kind actually happens. I think, again, I go back to the idea of saying something for the sake of saying something isn't what we need right now, but saying something that could be meaningful in terms of addressing the underpinnings of a lot of the issues that we talk about with respect to race is really what we need. Bernie Kerik was on your air earlier this hour saying that over a dozen people were killed in Chicago. We need to start having that conversation. And that's a tough conversation to have with both Republicans and Democrats. But the president, as an outsider, may have that opportunity. It's a sort of a unique sort of ability to start that conversation. And I certainly hope that if he does address the nation, that's what he does.
Yeah, because, he'd like to say that employment was better under his tenure than those that preceded him. Now, because of COVID-19, that kind of got tossed out the window. This would be an opportunity for him to say, look, we all saw what happened. It was not right. And assuming what we saw was the whole story. And we know that there are inequities in the system. He could really do something, especially as a Republican, that might reach out and get an African-American vote he might not otherwise get.
But, you know what, whether he gets the vote or not, I mean, this is, and in my piece, I talk about George W. Bush and PEPFAR. There were a lot of people who made that argument. They said, well, why are you dumping all of this money into AIDS research, into African aid? And he said, because it was the right thing to do, because it would save lives. Yeah. And I think that we have to kind of be in that place as a country. And look, the president just did this. He brought together the federal government, state governments, city governments, and the private sector, mobilized them very quickly in a time of crisis. And perhaps that is something that can be done here now, and help improve lives all across America.